Having a will is a good start, but if you think a will alone is enough to protect your family and your estate, there are some real gaps you need to know about, and today I'm going to walk you through 5 of them. I'm Mitch Green, a partner at Kramer Green. Something I talk about with my clients all the time is what a will actually does, and more importantly, what it does not do, because this is where a lot of people get tripped up. First, your will does not avoid probate. This is probably the biggest misconception that I see. People think a will keeps things simple and out of court. In reality, a will has to go through probate. The process can take months or even longer, and it costs money, and it becomes public record. Anyone could look it up. So if your goal is to keep things private and streamlined for your family, a will alone will not accomplish that. Second, your will does not protect you while you're alive. This is something people do not think about until it is too late. If you become incapacitated and cannot make financial or medical decisions, your will does nothing for you. It only takes effect when you pass away. So if you want someone you trust to step in and handle things, you need documents like a durable power of attorney or a healthcare surrogate in place. Third, your will does not control accounts with beneficiaries. Let's say you have a life insurance policy or a retirement account. Whoever you name as the beneficiary on that account is going to receive it. Does not matter what your will says. Those assets pass outside of your will entirely. I have seen situations where someone intended one thing in their will, but their beneficiary designation said something completely different, and the beneficiary designation wins every time. Fourth, your will does not override joint ownership. If you own a bank account or real estate jointly with someone, that asset automatically passes to the other owner when you pass away. Again, it does not matter what your will says. That transfer happens immediately by law. So this is another area where coordination is really important. You want all parts of your plan working together, not against each other. And fifth, your will does not eliminate your debts. I hear this one more often than you might expect. You cannot use a will to avoid paying your creditors. If you owe a valid debt at the time of your passing, those debts are paid from your estate before anything is distributed to your beneficiaries. So even the best drafted will cannot bypass that reality. A will is important. It allows you to direct how certain assets are distributed and who will handle your estate. But it does not avoid probate, it does not protect you during your lifetime, and it does not control everything that you own. That is why a complete estate plan includes more than just a will. If you are relying only on a will, it is worth taking a step back and looking at the full picture. Are your assets structured the right way? Do you have the right documents in place if something happens to your lifetime? Is everything coordinated so no surprises? These are conversations we have with our clients every day. I'm Mitch Green. If you want to make sure your plan actually does what you think it does, reach out to us and let's walk through this together.